What superhero are you?
Peacemaker.
Get out of here, motherfucker!
You a fan?
There's no superhero called Peacemaker.
Dude, I'm fucking famous.
Not that famous. Aquaman, he's famous.
Fuck Aquaman.
No, man. Don't say that. Why say that?
Picking up from the final scenes of Suicide Squad, Peacemaker, aka Christopher Smith, has survived the gunshot from Bloodsport and has been served a 30-year sentence for killing Rick Flag. However, after about 4 years, he gets discharged and returns home thinking he's a free man. On getting there, he gets surrounded by Amanda Waller's team, Emilia Harcourt, Johnny Economos, Clemson Myrn, and Waller's own daughter, Leota'S Betrayal. There, Peacemaker finds his newly found freedom hanging on a thread. Waller's team offer him a new deal. He either comes to work on Project Butterfly or go back to prison. Faced with imprisonment as the only alternative, Peacemaker grudgingly agrees to their terms. He then goes over to his father, Augie Smith, to retrieve a new protective helmet with sonic abilities, and his pet eagle, Eagly. During a meeting with his new crew, he's given a file containing all he needs to know about Project Butterfly. After the meeting, Peacemaker joins Harcourt at a bar, intent on getting her to sleep with him. But she pushes him off. However, he doesn't get to swim in his disappointment for too long because he finds another woman, Annie Sturphausen, amorously interested in him. They drive over to her house and have sex. However, things take a drastic turn when the woman suddenly starts to attack Peacemaker. She displays superhuman strength, tossing him around the room. Eventually, he has to escape, but the woman gives chase just as she's about to get to him. He activates the sonic boom on his new helmet, causing her to explode. Peacemaker calls Harcourt immediately after the incident and tells her what happened. Harcourt then calls Adebayo to help him get out of the area because he's surrounded by cops. She also informs Myrn on Peacemaker's situation, and Myrn in turn tells Economos to alter the name on Peacemaker's car's registration because it was on the scene of the explosion. Peacemaker takes a couple of things from the woman's apartment, including a strange device. On his way out, he comes in contact with a couple, Evan and Amber, who he ties up before jumping out their balcony. Peacemaker almost gets caught by the police before Harcourt intervenes, and they drive off in the getaway car. Economos tells Myrn that he not only switched Peacemaker's car registration to another name, he also altered his fingerprints on the scene to the same person. When Myrn asks who it is, it turns out that Economos has pinned Peacemaker's fingerprints and car registration on Augie Smith, Peacemaker's own father. At their safe house, all of them begin to question how Peacemaker's attacker had gotten wind of his identity. They throw accusations around until Peacemaker remembers seeing her go through the file he got at the rendezvous, realizing that she was a butterfly, and thus one of the targets of their operation. Myrn gets a call informing him that the tied-up couple were witnesses to Peacemaker's incident, and he tells Leota to bribe the couple. Later that day, Peacemaker and his friend, Vigilante, have fun to alleviate Peacemaker's mood and even sleep with Amber, the woman Peacemaker had tied up during his earlier escape. While in bed with her, Peacemaker finds out that the strange device he took from the girl's apartment is actually a miniature spaceship. His father is then arrested and taken to prison, where he is revealed to be the White Dragon, the leader of a white supremacist group. The team leaves the safe house to kill Senator Goff because he's a butterfly. Along the way, they discuss the possibilities of the rest of his family being butterflies as well. If that becomes the case, they tell Peacemaker that he'll have to kill the rest of the family too. Peacemaker appears to be a bit reluctant to killing children. They arrive at Senator Goff's house and set up camp, waiting for him to arrive to take him out. However, Peacemaker can't get a clear shot before the senator gets inside. Just then, Harcourt notices that the entire family behave weirdly through the window and suspects that they're all butterflies. After confirming that they're actually butterflies, Peacemaker gets cold feet and Vigilante steps in, killing most of the family. Before he can get to Senator Goff, Judo Master, his bodyguard, steps in, knocking out Peacemaker, Harcourt, and Vigilante. He captures Vigilante and Peacemaker, and the senator quizzes them on how and what they know about the butterflies. Meanwhile, Myrn, Leota, and Harcourt try to find Peacemaker using the chip embedded in his head. Senator Goff starts torturing Vigilante after sending Judo Master on a message to Glan Tai, but Economos captures him before he can complete the mission. Myrn uses an explosive to gain access to the basement where Peacemaker and Vigilante are being held. The explosion frees Peacemaker and he kills Goff. Right there, he sees a butterfly crawl out of the dead senator's head. At the same time, the monitoring screens in the team's surveillance van shows a visual report of suspected butterflies across a map of the world, and it's way more than they expected. On their way back, Peacemaker lies to the rest of the crew that he killed the butterfly that flew out of Goff's head. At the safe house, Myrn instructs Harcourt and Adebayo to go through the boxes they got from Goff's residence. Afterwards, Vigilante drives Peacemaker down to his dad's house to get another helmet. There, he learns that his dad has been jailed. He calls Myrn and vents out his anger that his dad was framed for his own actions. He decides to go visit Augie despite Myrn's warnings not to. Peacemaker's visit to his father doesn't pan out the way he expected. Augie doesn't like the idea of being framed for Peacemaker's crimes, and he threatens to rat him out the first chance he gets. Adebayo, who has Myrn's last card to stop Peacemaker from visiting his father, convinces Vigilante to go kill Augie to stop him from ratting Peacemaker out. So Vigilante decides to get himself imprisoned. On their way back, Adebayo and Peacemaker learn that Judo Master has escaped, but they manage to recapture him. Peacemaker then returns home and pulls out the Goff butterfly, which he has kept safe and alive in a jar. In prison, Vigilante starts a fight with Augie's men, but he gets out before he can kill Augie. Back at Peacemaker's trailer, he gets drunk and has multiple flashbacks about his childhood, including the death of his brother. Meanwhile, Leota finds something on Annie, the girl Peacemaker killed, Senator Goff, and a relationship to Glan Tai. She calls Myrn and informs him of the recent discovery. Myrn promises to come over before revealing that he himself is a butterfly. Leota gets a cryptic message from Amanda asking if she's placed a diary in Peacemaker's house, but Leota tells her she hasn't. Myrn then briefs the team about Project Butterfly and instructs them to go to Glan Tai, a bottling plant, and see what they can find out. At the prison, Augie gets his meeting with Detective Song and Larry, and he rats Peacemaker out, requesting that they recheck the fingerprints. While the rest of the team is away, Myrn gets a visitor, Captain Locke, who's sent by Amanda to assist the team in the mission. At the police station, Detective Song and Larry find out that Augie was telling the truth, prompting them to go meet Amber and Evan, who point out Peacemaker this time. The team spreads out when they get to Glan Tai, and they discover that the entire company is swarming with butterflies, who are manufacturing the amber fluid there, their only food source. Meanwhile, Song returns to the station to find that Locke has been made new captain, and he insists that there's nothing wrong with the fingerprints. Song doesn't quite agree with him and goes to seek a warrant for Peacemaker's arrest without Locke's knowledge. After having killed off all of the butterflies at the plant, Leota drives Peacemaker home and gets the chance to slip the diary under his drawer. She then returns to their operation base and finds out through Peacemaker's X-ray vision helmet that Myrn is a butterfly. Harcourt joins Leota and Myrn, revealing that she knew his identity after the explosion at Goff's house. Myrn tells them that the butterflies escaped their dying planet to find a new home, and that the Goff butterfly wants to take over the planet by taking over people in high positions. Meanwhile, Song frees Augie from prison, and they prepare to go arrest Peacemaker. But they're not the only ones coming for Peacemaker, since Augie wants to kill him as well. Leota and Harcourt find out that Glan Tai gets a delivery of raw amber fluid every 3 days. Via Locke, Myrn notifies Peacemaker that the police is coming for him, but they're already surrounded by cops. Peacemaker and Vigilante are able to get out of the house before the cops come in, search the place, and find the diary. They escape, but not before the Goff butterfly gets out and enters Detective Song. At the base, Economos and Peacemaker learn about the source of the amber fluid and believe that a single cow produces the fluid for all the butterflies on the planet. With their mission now being to kill the cow, Song reaches out to the rest of the butterflies and brings them back to the police station, infecting everybody. As police officers, the butterflies use the diary to tie Peacemaker to more than 33 murders, including that of Senator Goff, and put out a general arrest for him. Peacemaker's flashbacks of his brother's death become clearer, showing that he inadvertently killed his brother during a forced fight. He then figures out that Leota must have placed the diary in his house on her last visit, and is hurt. He leaves the base with Vigilante and Economos to go kill the cow before the cops catch up with him. En route to the cow's location, Augie and his followers attack them. Vigilante engages Augie in a fight, allowing Peacemaker and Economos to slip away. To continue their mission, Peacemaker has to ditch his helmet as his father uses it as a tracking beacon. The cops under Song's leadership find Myrn and kill him. After the cops leave, Leota and Harcourt walk into the scene and are confronted by Judo Master. They get into a fight, overpower him, and leave after getting a call from Peacemaker. Augie finds Peacemaker through another helmet, and they fight. Peacemaker comes out on top, blaming his father for setting up the fight with his brother, and then kills him. Harcourt and Leota meet up with the rest of the team in the vet where Eagly is being treated for wounds sustained during the fight with the White Dragon. They take the van at the vet and head towards the cow ranch to finish the mission. But Song and the infected cops have beat them to the ranch and are building a teleportation device to transport the cow somewhere else. Hurt by Leota'S betrayal with placing the diary, Peacemaker doesn't give her an opportunity to apologize. On getting to the ranch, Leota calls Amanda, her mom, asking her to call the Justice League for backup. Before moving in, they devise a plan on how to execute the mission. Their first plan to have Eagly drop the sonic boom helmet on the barn failed. So they come up with an alternative plan, in which Economos sneaks into the ranch to place the sonic boom helmet with an attached voice activator near the cow. But he runs into some complications and he drops the helmet. One of the cops picks it up and their stealth mission is exposed. With the butterflies now on Economos' tail, Leota activates the boom to save his life. She exhausts the boom's charges, but fails to kill the cow. Vigilante and Harcourt then get into the field and engage the butterflies in a heated fight, while Peacemaker goes in to finish off the cow. Harcourt and Vigilante get overrun, but Leota steps in, saving them. Economos joins them shortly with the human torpedo helmet. Leota takes the helmet and goes in to help Peacemaker. In the cave, Song tries to bring Peacemaker over to their side by telling him that they are trying to save the human race and the planet from short-term corporate greed. But Peacemaker refuses, shooting her in the chest, while Leota, using the human torpedo helmet, kills the cow. When everything is handled, they meet the Justice League on their way out and head straight to the hospital to save Harcourt's life. Sometime later, Leota publicly exposes Amanda Waller's secrets and exonerates Peacemaker, while the man himself sits on his porch, where he is revealed to still feed the Goth butterfly.